Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video we will prepare what the hell? How the hell did I got here? Yeah, look, some eggs. Where was I? Ah, yes, a delicious and traditional pasta alla carbonara. Before starting with our recipe, let's talk about the ingredients that are actually used in a carbonara. I know that this will disappoint you, but the original recipe is prepared with Pecorino Romano that is made with goat's milk and not Parmeggiano Regiano. But it's also valid to use it if you don't find Pecorino. For this recipe I'm going to use both cheeses. Now let's talk about this fatty piece. This beauty is called Guanciale. Basically it's the pig's double chin. Originally Guanciale is used, but if you cannot find it, you can also use Pancetta. Both are variations of cured pork made in Italy. But unfortunately, these are very difficult to find, especially in Latin America. So if you cannot find them, use bacon. Just don't say this to an Italian. As you can see, the difference in fat between these two is huge, which makes this dish with guanciale so delicious. Dude, this means if you have a double chin, you're fucking delicious, or you're also perfect for a carbonara. Let's start by analyzing our guanciale. As you can see, this cut still has the skin that helps protect the fat. Normally for this pasta dish, we will only use the fat and the meat, not the skin. So let's start slicing a piece because I'm not going to use everything for this recipe. Carefully cut the skin off with a sharp knife, then cut it into 1.5 centimeter cubes. Yeah, they look kind of big, but they will shrink once they are cooked. When you're done, we're going to put them in a cold pan without any oil. You will be amazed on how much fat they release. Starting this process in a cold pan allows them to render the fat evenly, creating that perfect crispy golden brown we are looking for. Look, pecorino and guanciale are quite salty, so we're going to add less salt to the water where we're going to cook our pasta. If you want to learn how to cook pasta al dente, I will leave a link at the end of the video, or you can click now on the right top corner. While our little pieces of happiness are tanning at medium heat, we're going to prepare the rest of the sauce. For this, we're going to grate a bit of Parmeggiano Reggiano and then we're going to grate the same amount of Pecorino Romano, combining them in a bowl. Don't worry about the exact amounts, I will leave the recipe in the description below. Now it's time to add the egg, and for this we're going to use a whole egg and 2 egg yolks. You can store the whites in a tupper and you can make yourself a healthy breakfast tomorrow to compensate today's food. Then add a lot of ground black pepper and mix everything well. Let's see how our guanciale looks, and as I told you, just see the amount of fat it released. Look, this part is optional, but if you don't mind stuffing your arteries and you want to make this more fatty, you can add a few tablespoons of the guanciale fat to your mixture. Believe me, you won't regret it. This will add a lot of flavor to your carbonara. Let's cook the pasta, and for this I'm going to use Bocatini, which is a typical pasta from the Lazio region, and as you can see it has a hole running through the center. This will help absorb the sauce, but if you can't find it, spaghetti will do a great job. Now, let me show you 2 techniques on how to prepare a carbonara. The first technique is to cook everything in a pan. Just be careful that your egg doesn't end up turning into scrambled egg. Once your pasta is al dente, add it directly to the pan, combining everything. Pour some pasta water into your pan. The starch in the water will help emulsify the sauce. Turn off the heat and add all your egg and cheese mixture, constantly mixing everything. The temperature will cook the egg and melt the cheese. Don't leave it too long on the heat. The more you leave it, the more it will cook the egg, and this will end up being a mess or a pasta omelette. The truth is, I don't use this technique since the temperature is very high and it can overcook the egg, leaving your sauce a bit dry. Now, let me show you the second technique, and the one I always use when I'm cooking carbonara. Add the guanciale to our bowl. In my case, I'm not going to add any more fat. The fat is perfect for cooking your eggs in the morning, making baked potatoes, using it to saute vegetables. So if you want to keep it or throw it away, it's your call. Once your pasta is almost ready, add a bit of the pasta water in your bowl. This will help make the sauce creamier and will help temper the eggs. Obviously, mix everything well so that the egg doesn't cook. Turn off the temperature of the pasta water and add all your pasta directly to the bowl. For this technique, we're going to cook everything in a bain-marie. Place the bowl on top of the pot and mix everything for a few minutes. The temperature of the pasta plus the heat of the water bath will melt the cheese and cook the egg slowly. What I like about this technique is that you can control better the consistency of the sauce and avoiding overcooking your egg. After a few minutes, it's time to plate this beauty. For this, we're going to use a pasta bowl and placing the pasta with the help of tongs and a soup ladle. All you have to do is rotate your pasta in the ladle and this will help you shape it. We're going to add the sauce on top and let it fall to the sides. To finish this dish, we're going to grate a bit more pecorino and a bit more ground black pepper. The original carbonara recipe doesn't contain cream, onion, garlic, bacon. It may be that you have never tried a real carbonara, but anyway. If you're interested in the recipe, you can find it in the description below or also in our website. Hope you enjoyed this video, thanks for watching, and if you learned something, don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. See you next week.